Hi guys. I know it's been a while since I've seen you. I get to see you guys on Friday, so I'm really excited to be able to see you guys that way. For now, I will see you guys through videos. Um, okay, so this is social studies time, and we are going to be looking and learning a little bit more about how the gold rush not only happened, but also how it has affected California, because that's why we'd be learning about it in California history. So, the first major gold strike, which I know Hava could tell you right off the bat, was actually the first major gold strike in North America was in Dahlonega, I think is how you pronounce it, right, Hava? Georgia, in the late 1820s. And then the best known gold strike is the one that we talk about, and that was at Sutter's Mill near the Sacramento River in California in 1848. Sutter was having a sawmill built, and his carpenter, James Marshall, ended up finding some gold. Now, they agreed to be partners and to keep it a secret, but despite their best efforts, thousands of people seeking gold ended up coming and camping out in the areas around Sutter's Mill. By the following year, 80,000 49ers, as the gold seekers of 1849 were called, came to California. And not just California, but Northern California, because that's where they were finding the gold at this point. And by 1853, so that would be 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 5 years later, 250,000 gold seekers were there. Now, the gold camps, so the places where they were camping to find the gold, to mine for the gold, gave way to permanent settlements, meaning people just permanently settled there and that's where they were living. And it grew the population of California. So it truly impacted California by how many people now are living in California. And the settlements once they didn't have any gold left, or any other way to make a lot of money that would keep people there, those towns ended up becoming ghost towns. So if you've ever driven up all the way through the middle of California, all the way to Northern California, you might have seen like these towns that just look like no one lives there. Like, why is that still a town? Well, most of them, you're right. No one lives there. The town's still there, but no one lives there because there was no money there or no more ways to make money that would keep people there. And those are called ghost towns. Now, we study the gold rush in California history because it brought so many people that settled in California. And it changed the jobs that were a majority in California. So originally there was a huge amount of farmers and they had the rancheros, right? Well, so many people came in and they became miners. So they were mining for gold in mines, which are like pretty much you walk into an underground area and you go down these almost really, really sketchy looking elevators and you go all the way down to the bottom and you are just pretty much in an underground tunnel. It's very scary. And you are now using a pickaxe, so one of those almost like thin hammer that have a curve to it, sort of like this. Looks like this. That's a pickaxe. So they would take those with them into the mines, and they would try and find gold that was in the mine. Now, that was a huge influx of jobs, meaning the amount of people that were miners made for a huge amount of jobs. And so that also changed the way, like what kind of jobs we had. Not just farmers, not just rancheros, but now they have miners as well. During this time, as well, as you can imagine, because we have gold being found and people wanted to find gold, they were really, really brutal and ruthless, meaning they didn't care about other people. They really just were greedy and wanted the gold for themselves. So they would have huge fights over land. Because if you had this spot and someone found gold in your spot, everyone wanted your spot. And it was a continuous fight. And this fight was between miners, between gold seekers, as well as if it was on Native American land, it was also between Native Americans. It was just a constant fight for who was going to get the gold and who was going to find it. The gold seekers also, they did not just come from America. They did come all over the US, as you would imagine. They also came from Asia. They came from South America and Europe, as well as Australia. So now, with that, the big changes that happened from the gold rush were actually huge improvements in steamships and also railroad technology. So what ended up happening, because so many people were moving westward to California or were sailing from Asia and Europe, and they were sailing, they had to get their ability to travel better and stronger, because so many people were leaving where they were living and moving to California for the gold. And in this, they actually made, the technology got better, and so it made traveling just a little bit easier. So these were huge advancements that came out of the gold rush and the amount of people that were trying to travel at that time. It also dramatically changed the amount of people living in California. And not only the amount, but also originally it was just Mexicans and Native Americans that were living in California. Now, with this huge influx or increase amount of people, we didn't just have Native Americans and Mexicans, we also had Asians, and we had people from South America, Australians, Europeans, and then people from all over the United States. We had a huge diverse population now. Also, completely changed California. Now, if we look at California now, we know that there's Koreatown, we know that there is Chinatown, we know that there is Little Singapore, we know that there is Little Italy, and there are so many different places. Solvang, which is a small Danish town, but we have so many different places across California because that are supposed to be like smaller, very small versions, but still have the culture of the different countries that are here and represented by the people. So with this amount of travel and with the amount of people that came in that are from different cultures, they brought their cultures with them. And in bringing their cultures with them, we had a diverse mix, 1, of cultures, 2, of people, and 3, that would be like foods and fashion, music. There's so many different things that happen and are pulled in by different cultures clashing. And that has changed California hugely. So, all the different places that I was listing, like if you've ever been to Koreatown or if you've ever been to Chinatown, those 2 places are huge because of the different moves, and this is one of those. This was a huge one. The gold rush was a huge move that Asians came over and brought their culture with them, and with that has truly affected California to what it is now. And that is why we study the gold rush. The gold rush is very important for those reasons. What I'm going to have you guys do now is I would like you guys to go onto that website that I put on the Google Classroom right underneath this video. And I want you to go ahead and just search around. There are pictures that you can look at that are about the gold rush. There are different, I want to say there's different books, but there's like so many different things that you can click on and just search around, have fun. Anything that looks like it's interesting, go check it out. It's all things, artifacts, just different things that connect to the gold rush and came out of the gold rush or happened during them. So please go check it out. I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. I will see you on Friday. I miss you guys, and I hope today is a great day. Miss you.